For the other functions, I'm going to add else, if, and then if the operation is equal to cosine, then what we want to do is that we want to here store the result using the cosine, and then I'm going to pass the first number. And then similarly for the tan, I'm going to say operation. If the operation is equal to tan, then what we want to do is that we want to store the result in using the tan and then first number. And finally for the square root, operation is equal to squr, and then at this point I'm gonna use the result, and then the result is gonna be equal to square root, and then I'm gonna pass the first number, and we are done. Finally, just else, if none of these functions has been selected, then what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm just gonna return, and then I'm going to return render template, and then I'm going to just return to the advanced.html, and then with a note as well. Note is going to be equal to note, and we want, similar to the calculate function, we want to have the note and also the color, and also the return at the end. So I'm going to create these two at the top. Here, I'm going to say here at the top, I'm going to say color is going to be equal to null at the beginning, and then a note as well. We want a note which is also going to be nothing at the beginning, and the color can be, by the way, the default color can be alert success, or it can be just empty. It's up to you. You can leave it empty if you wish. And then here in each if, you can add the message that you want with the color. So here you can say note is going to be equal to here sign has been calculated, and then for the second note is going to be equal to cosine has been calculated. And of course the note is up to you. You can type whatever you want to the user. There is no rule here, but you need to tell the user that everything has been successful. So here tan has been calculated, and then finally here we need note, and then it's going to be equal to square root has been calculated. And finally for the error, you can add a not, and then error no function or no operation, let's say no function has been selected. And of course the note here selected. And then for the color, remember here for the color, it's gonna be equal to alert danger. And finally we return. And for the return, we can copy this return because it's gonna be similar, very similar. Here at the bottom, we should return to the advanced, and then we return with the result, and we also return with the note and with the color. And the color, it can, as I told you, you can specify the color, or you can specify a default color here by saying here alert success. Now let me save everything and head on over to the browser to test. So in the browser, let me first refresh, and let me, for example, pass a number, let's say 10, and then I'm going to select sign and then click on calculate. And as you can see here, it says sign has been calculated, and here the result is being displayed here. And you can of course verify that this is the correct this is the correct result by your calculator or any other software. But of course it's correct because we don't have any problems. Let's try 10 of cosine and then click on calculate. And as you can see here, it says cosine has been calculated. If you pass nothing and click on calculate, here it's gonna first ask you to please fill out this field. So you cannot get a result without passing a number, which is of course important. Let's try the square root of 36, which is 6. Here square root and then click on calculate, and as you can see it's going to return 6, and here it says square root has been calculated or has been calculated. Yeah, so it worked, and now we have kind of advanced calculator in our web application.